What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm your boy NarikChase, and in this video we are going to be doing a review of Derailed. Now this is another MademB and Narik reviews, and as I have with me Miss MademB.
Hello.
And we're going to be reviewing this movie Derailed.
Now,
Which derailed.
Yeah, Derailed. Derailed is about a, haunted train, maybe?
It's a BS movie it's a BS creature feature movie.
Anyway, it stars, I'm not even going to say it stars Lance Henriksen because it does not. Lance Henriksen. That's the only reason why I thought it would maybe good, even though some of his movies that we've seen so far have been shitty.
Most of his movies.
Anyway, I saw Lance Henriksen and I thought, okay, we'll watch it. Nowhere in this movie, except for maybe a cameo, is Lance Henriksen. So that just made me kind of mad. But it stars Jack Betts, Tonya Kay, Frank Lammers, Anna Ross. If any of these names mean something to you.
I don't know none of these people, I don't think. Man,
okay. Go ahead.
Well, basically, the movie in question, Derailed, is about a group of people that are on a train car that are, I believe, reenacting the murder Orient Express or something like that.
Some way, you know how the little clue, thing, like who did it.
They reenacting that, I believe, I guess, and the train goes off the tracks into this lake, and people that survive have found out that there's something out there in the water that's trying to kill them.
It was meant to be like one of them like murder who did it things that the people were going to see. They thought they were going to be part of
reenactment.
Yeah, reenactment thing. It turns out that there were two people who planned to actually rob the train. So they started with their little robbery, I guess you would call it, and what stuff started to happen.
Basically, because of the robbery, the train derailed. Now, from the get-go of this movie, you knew it was crap. Because, one, the teenage characters they introduced for Halloween didn't make any sense of them being a damn movie, because it made it so damn confusing. The movie starts off with how people Halloween. Mm-hmm. And then we see these people wearing clothes from like the 1800s get on the train, so you're thinking they're a part of the Halloween shtick. And then you end up finding out that they aren't. I did say that. I was like, I think it was a time loop thing. Because there's one scene where the girl looks at the people getting on the train, and one of the women that's getting on the train looks at the girl. And they have this really disassociative look. Like they can't believe what they're seeing.
I mean, it really didn't. I mean, she appeared from the other side. It looked like that she just appeared out of nowhere, but she just appeared out of the fog. I didn't get why they showed the girl looking at her if she wasn't going to be no part of it, because that was just, I guess it was meant to throw the movie watchers off.
And then when they said that whole murder mystery thing was a reenactment, that furthered my suspicions of, okay, is this actually in the present day and they're doing something from the past? Yeah. But then I said that look was like, no. That girl's looking into the past, and the main chick is looking into the present. The way they're looking at each other didn't make any sense.
Well, besides all that from the first part that didn't make any sense. So the people, they were on the train, ready for the show, and the robbery takes place. Then they, what happened was they started to go like really fast, and the conductor was like, "I need to go up there so I can, we can switch and grab hold of the brake, because you're not supposed to take your hand off the handbrake. They call it something, dead man's brake. That's what they call it. You're not supposed to remove your hand from it." And that's why the man, when he saw the man, when he was trying to reach for it, could maybe stop it. But anyway, one of the robbers got killed somehow, shovel to his neck. And then one of the other robber, which was a woman, she was back there with the passengers. So the train went off and landed in a what would seem like a lake, right?
The movie don't make no sense. There's a lot about the story that doesn't make any sense. The movie transitions from the present to the past in a very weird way, in which, as I've stated so
Only
far
one
before.
time and at that beginning.
But what we were saying, what we were trying to figure out was the transition meant to be a window to the past of what happened on the train? Because in the present, the train had already derailed. The people had already been missing. This is one of those moments where they were like, well, back in the 1800s, this house, there was a murder in the house. And then the people go into the house, and then the transitions as they're going into the house to that time when the murder happened. So the transition was a bit iffy. I'm not going to necessarily say that was bad because it was confusing. We couldn't tell if it was present day or past. But in terms of the overall story, it could have been done a hell of a lot better. And it was pretty stupid, especially with the pacing, way the thing was paced. As far as the way it got derailed, I didn't really mind the robbers leading everything to what happened. I'm kind of on the fence about them guys attacking the first robber because I was like, if you just let him get off the train, if you just stop the train and let him get off, then what would have been harm in that?
The whole thing was kind of ridiculous because, I mean, you had this. It's like there was one passenger who seemed like I thought he was in it with them because of the way he was approaching the robber. You remember the way he was approaching said robber. And the woman robber was acting stupid.
Everybody was. That's one of the biggest things that's wrong with this movie is people are just stupid. They're taking unnecessary risks. Again, the two guys that were driving the train, that dude was standing behind y'all, and I guess y'all were trying to play hero, but it got you killed, and pretty much everybody else killed when all y'all had to do was stop the train.
I mean, but if they knew anything about trains, you knew you wasn't supposed to like mess with the conductor in any kind of way. That's why the man said, I need to go up there and see what's going on.
No, I'm talking about not them. I'm talking about the guys that were driving it. Mm-hmm. The ones that got themselves killed trying to play hero. And I'm like, just stop the train. This guy got a gun on you. You don't know the condition of the people behind you. Why take that risk? And it's not like he said he's going to kill y'all anyway. Didn't really have a reason to. You should just stop the train.
Alright, so after they derailed and landed in the lake,
which wasn't supporting on anything.
Right. And I don't see how they just didn't start sinking, but I guess it took time. I guess they started getting picked off by some kind of creature in the water. Some
fake creature from the Black Lagoon. Although it did look kind of cool.
So they started getting picked off and started dying in the most stupidest of ways. Like one man went out there and trying to see if he can find land. He got killed. And then one woman who was saying that she can't swim went out there to try to get the man after she just seen him get taken under by something. So
yeah. That scene where the man gets snatched down, which it went on too long for one thing. He got snatched down, they thought he died, and it was like,
yeah, then he came back up, then he got snatched down again.
Yeah, and this time everybody saw that damn hand. There was no way they did not see it. Mm-hmm. So, for one thing, it's just bad. The story's just fucking bad. I'm sorry. The story's it's just a bad story.
It's kind of hard to follow because
you don't know what's going on.
Right.
And the movie plays off on different angles. It feels like a supernatural thriller. It feels like a creature feature. What you think happened, you can't tell if that's what actually happened or if that's a representation of what happened. Because we were like, okay, well, in actuality, the train car fell in the water. They all drowned. Mm-hmm. But is the movie replaying it as if that happened, but they didn't accept that they died?
It's like when the train derailed, everybody died, I guess. no survivors, and the ones who didn't, I guess they couldn't let go. Is what the whole movie was trying to be about, letting go and letting death take you, which they could have did death, another kind of way, I think, because.
But the thing about it is, you can't say you let go when you, I guess, struggling against death when y'all don't put no struggle. Everything that them people did was deliberately stupid. The one guy kept saying there's something in the water. One, he didn't yell loud enough. And two, he didn't even try to move. So he got snatched. The guy that jumped out there to try to get to land, I ain't mad at him. That was actually smart. It's the best thing he could do. The chick runs over there into the water.
The one who said that she couldn't swim.
Trying to get this dude, knowing this dude is gone, and then she turned around in the water, and we're like, get out of the water. And she stayed in the water for no reason. And then she got snatched. Then the friend was like, that part, the orange was messed up. Mm-hmm. She should have let that girl go.
Yeah.
But I don't even like her character. I really don't. And what in the hell was up with them flashes that they were having earlier?
Yeah, okay. Before the train went off the tracks, it was, I think her name was Abigail. And what was the little girl's name?
I don't know, but she was freaking annoying. I hated that little girl.
One of the chicks, and it was a little girl.
Scarlet? I don't know.
The Abigail woman was having these kind of flashes of like there was roaches and bugs on her plate, and me and Narik were thinking, okay, maybe the man, the host, put something in each of them drinks to get them to have like a different experience. But no, that could have been a good plot of it.
Why was she seeing stuff?
Yeah, right.
Why did the girl start seeing stuff?
And the girl started seeing blood coming out of her arm. Only two people saw this.
The nanny lady that was with her saw something too, because she looked in that mirror and she saw them fangs, that mouth rows of teeth. And I'm like,
okay, right. So it was just them first.
Where did that come from?
It's not explained in the leak, so.
That's good. That's a plot hole that wasn't explained.
Yeah, so it was like, and it had a thing like the nanny woman had maybe a link to it, or because she kept saying that the the host, was evil because she didn't want to be there. She was like, "You're an evil man."
That guy was weird too. I thought it was play acting, but it's like, I didn't think about it, like his role in the movie didn't make any sense. Especially, remember at the beginning, he talked to those kids before he strolled off into the smoke, and then the main characters came out of the smoke he just went into.
Yeah. So that also didn't make no sense in the first beginning.
I'm mad that Wikipedia ain't put up a plot summary for this, because I want to know what's going on.
There's no
explanation.
There's no synopsis. There's only 2 lines on IMDb, so we kind of going from, what we seen.
The characters sucked. The only decent character was probably the dude. The one got snatched up at the end. The one who tried to get the gun, who had the gun, tried to stop those robbers.
Okay.
I mean, he was stupid, but he was probably the most competent character. Maybe the main chick, I didn't like her either. She had no personality. I don't know what was going on with her at all.
So it's like after they killed off half of them, they got to some kind of land, a storage unit area, whatever, and it seemed like, the creature or whatever it was could walk on water, reappear.
That monster was very inconsistent.
It
too.
was.
I hate movies where monsters are inconsistent.
Reappear somewhere, and
they managed to get from this one thing I want to know is, how did that trailer car get that far out there in the middle of the water? It was like in the middle of a lake. How? I understand it flew off a mountain, but it was literally in the middle. It wasn't like closer to the edge of the water or nothing, which would have made more sense.
Okay, but you see, they got to dry land pretty quick.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it should. That car should have probably been half in the water, half on the bank. No, that thing was in the middle of it, middle of that lake. There's no way that car could have got that trailer thing could have got. And then we get out the water, you don't even see what happened to the rest of the train.
Right. So after they entered the storage areas, they started coming in there and picking them off too, and it picked off one of the dudes eating a can of sardines.
The movie again is very inconsistent with this monster.
Yeah, when they walk in.
I'm going back towards the water part. They jump in the water to swim. The little annoying girl, her nanny or wherever she is, swimming. The one lady, the main chick, jumps in the water after them. She literally just stops and just stays in the water for like 5 minutes. Just
right, just
she was looking at the trailer thing, the train car, as it was sinking because the two guys were still in there. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, this monster's in this water. You can look at that train car after you get out the water. But she didn't do that. She literally sat there in the water for like 5 minutes.
They were just waiting to get picked off. Like when they got on land, they didn't try to run. They just sat there.
Yeah. And even when the monster attacked her, because it did, it didn't do it like it did that guy, or just drug him straight down. What did it do? It put it in like a chokehold. And I was like, this monster's going to kill her. And then Nanny McPhee shows up and pops the monster in the head. I don't know how she did it. The side of his head, just knocked the side of his head.
And then after the girl was rescued, the nanny stayed in the water.
Oh, this just gets better. They get on the bank. Stay on the bank.
And have a heart-to-heart moment.
On the bank. Right there. Basically, they feed her in the water. And I'm like, this creature is right there in the water somewhere. Why are you not moving up land or something? You literally got your feet in the water. It could easily come up and snatch any one of you. Stayed there for like 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm not lying. It was like a 10-minute window right there. I was like, that thing could have picked every single one of them off. And they ain't even moved. And then when it does attack, because it actually had an opportunity to kill all of them characters at that time.
Yeah, it did. 2
of the people were swimming. Those 3 were still on the bank. Didn't attack nobody at all. Well, the monster comes up. After the 2 guys make it to the shore, the monster picks up the girl and the nanny and takes them into the water.
And we say monster because we don't know what it is.
And I would say creature of the Black Lagoon, but that's just too long. So the creature snags the girl and his nanny. They go after her, but the creature didn't kill neither one of them. And then my problem was, it's a girl. You could have snagged that girl off and just made off with her. Mm-hmm. That girl's lighter than that woman.
Right.
And then they managed the rest of the monster, them 2 from the monster. And what Nanny McPhee do? She just stands there in the water. No reason.
And it got her.
No reason. And it got her. But it was like, she's literally standing in the water for no reason. If they were all of just rush out of the water, they ain't got nothing to worry about. But she literally sat there, just stood there in the water for no reason. Somebody needs to explain this BS to me.
Right. So by this time, no character is worth, like, every character gets picked off have done something stupid so far in the movie. So, the man who maybe was decent, I think when we thought he was dead because he went under the water. He just stayed and went under after somebody else. And then, now are we at the storage area?
Yeah. The warehouse, wherever it is. So in the warehouse, the monster shows up. Again, the monster was cool. I'll give it the monster was alright. The hands look stupid, but the monster was alright. So they get into the warehouse.
And
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then it starts getting to where, after they, look around, they have another, like, heart-to-heart moment, and the man was, I guess, trying to explain some of the movie, and it still didn't make no sense. Like, he was talking about letting go, and you remember all of that to the woman?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's what he was talking. He was like, maybe he was like they had been, even he said it, like they had been doing it for like years.
But
like they had been fighting this creature for like so long.
But we don't know that because the movie doesn't establish anything.
Right.
So one of the guys, the other guy, the guy that actually was on the train who watched them do this play or whatever, He was the guy that was stuck on the train when they started sinking. So this fool dies off screen, says nothing. Don't yell, don't whimper, don't drop nothing. Just literally just dies off screen. And then you get to probably the best shot of the movie where they finally find him. And all you see is this guy's head in this thing's mouth. And
it looked cool a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like he had a suit on.
Yeah.
And the monster helmet was like the helmet, and his face was sticking out of the mouth. But then you see the mouth just
chomp down on it, all them teeth.
Yeah.
That was probably about the best shot in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, then the little girl and the woman and the other man run. The girl literally stops. The man stops, looks. He's trying to look for the creature, right?
Yeah, he says, like, I stay back to fend it off.
Right. So the girl stops, and I don't know what she was looking at. I guess she was looking at him. The man was
She was trying to get them people killed.
The man was looking straight, waiting for the creature. But somehow the creature got above his head and attacked him. Did not see it go above his head. Did not have any indication that it came that way before then because it was behind them. So we didn't think the creature could teleport. Didn't say anything about that. So
the little girl and the lady left. The little girl says, I don't give a damn. And she walks out there to the monster. Of course, since the movie's BS, we don't see the monster kill her. We just see the damn door close.
Right. That was after another heart-to-heart moment.
That was heart-to-heart?
I guess it was.
It's more like heartburn.
They were talking about, well, I'm just tired. Maybe it's just time to let go. Like, what are you talking about? We're thinking this is real happening to you. We're not thinking about, okay, death is after. We're not thinking about that. So, and the way the movie put it, like, right at the end, like, I'm just like, are you kidding me? And the girl, like he said, just goes out there to the monster. We don't hear no screams, and it's just...
This is my thing. Look, this is a stupid movie, but I'm just going to say, that ending was garbage.
You want to tell the ending?
The ending is, the woman falls asleep, I guess because she worn out from all this running and stuff, which she barely did. The monster didn't attack her in her sleep.
No.
So she makes it back to the train station. And that train station was far away. Because they were on that train for a while before all this stuff happened. She walked all the way back. Talked to this girl at the train station, which made me mad. In present time. So
this happened, in the 1920s, I think. But she walks back to the train station in present time. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And that's where the time distortion stuff doesn't make any sense. So she walked back from the past to the future, talks to this girl, interacts with this girl physically. The girl don't call the cops because you see this woman bloody up and looking like crap, and just calls the state manager,
who is Lance Henriksen.
And then he got his 5 minutes.
And he gave some bullshit explanation.
So this is the kicker. The girl locks the woman in the office. For some reason. I don't understand why she locked it. Calls 2 people from her bar, two bosses. They're talking. The woman's freaking out and hitting on the door. One of the bosses saw the woman, interacted with the woman. The girl interacted with the woman, saw the woman. Lance Henriksen character didn't see her. She's in that do-do-do-do-do-do. And every time she's hitting on the door, he's actually seeing the light flicker, which I don't understand what that was.
Right.
But, and y'all just seeing this lady banging on this door. Nobody's opening the door to help her, see what's going on. Make sure she all right, calm her down.
Right.
And then it stops. And then they go up in there and she's gone. No way out.
So what we figured out was while she was in the room, I guess trying to calm down, she was looking around her. She saw objects. She didn't know what it was. So it was like time was, catching up?
No, that's when it was like, yeah, you're right. Because you said it. You was like, well, she's not recognizing any of the stuff in here. So she is out of her time period. But it's like, okay, what happened? is she alive? Was she alive or was she dead?
Right.
And did she actually travel through time?
And he explained it about the train, how the train went off the rails in the 1920s. No survivors. And that's it. That's all he said. He even showed a picture. You would expect the woman who interacted with the woman they locked in a room to actually point out, yeah, that was her right there. But he was like, no, this is like 96 years ago. So there was like no way that could happen. But I just saw this woman. I interacted with this woman. But
I don't
like nothing.
get it. I want to look at some reviews because somebody need to explain this to me. I don't understand this movie. Is this a creature feature where these people? Is it showing what happened? Where all of these events actually happened? They actually crashed. There was actually a monster that was getting them, or is it they actually crashed and they died and the movie is actually their souls passing on?
Yeah.
But then that doesn't make sense. But then that doesn't make sense again because of the two time loop things that happens.
Right.
The girl in the cat suit looks back and sees the woman, and then this girl at the end interacts and talks with the woman. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't understand this movie. Ah, Jesus Christ. I would be mad, but
right. I mean, there were so many different ways to go with it, but they didn't do it. Like, okay, they should have just left Lance Henriksen out. He just had his little 5 minutes.
It would have made sense if the whole let go thing, as if they did like Saw and had that moment of realization. Because when she escaped, she had some moment where everybody was like telling her she was remembering stuff, but it didn't really build up to anything. Not that I could tell. Right. But it would have been different if she had recognized that she did die. Like there was a memory of all of them dying. And,
well, when she looked in her locket or whatever she was carrying, and turned out all along while she was looking at it was just a mirror. That's the same scene. That's when she realized that maybe it was time to let go. See, that
doesn't make sense. The picture you looking in a mirror of you. What does that got to do with letting go? That makes me want to hold on.
I mean, no. So I mean, the movie didn't make no sense. This movie got derailed.
Yes. Derailed definitely deserves. Derailed. That's the score. That's the new score. If the movie sucks, it's derailed. Derailed is derailed. Maybe if somebody can explain this movie to me, I can understand it.
Right.
But because, I don't.
I mean, the host, it had been like the host was dead. That would have been okay if they would have, put a little bit more in there. Because, I mean, at the beginning, the host is like, somebody killed him.
Or have the host be like, he comes back and be like, well, you all died. Kind of be like, what you call it, Tales from the Hood. They went to go rob the guy at the mortuary house, but it turns out he was Satan. Mm. And at the end, he's like, well, see, the thing is, y'all aren't alive. Y'all dead. And y'all came to me. So y'all... Because one of the stories involved them killing the guy, but they didn't realize that his homeboys came and killed them. They actually thought they were still alive, but the revelation came at the end that they were actually dead. See, it would have made sense if she would have made it to that train station, and that weird guy was there, and he would have said, "Hey, you're all actually dead," and then you get the memories. Then you see the little snippets of.
They could have done a little something with them, the people at the beginning. Let them get on the train at the end, have the man come back, because we know it was back in the 1920s, so he's obviously dead. Have him get on the train, let it start all over again, but with, like you had said, let it start up between the past and the...
Yeah. Do that thing what they do on Saw. And it's like, dun dun dun, dun dun dun, dun dun dun. And it's like, in actuality, Abigail, you died. And then the music like dun 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 dun. And then you see the flashes of the train going out the tracks, and they all drowned. And then you see the snippets of people keep saying stuff that like they're dead, and then she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And then he's like, "Rah!" And then he eats her, and then that's the end of the movie. I would have been good with that. Dun dun dun. But I don't like this movie. I probably would watch it again to try to see if I understand what's going on, just to see if I can understand what's going on. I don't know what the hell's going on with this movie. So this movie is just is butt.
Yes, and I would say that this butt of a movie, my rating, I would give it a low 2.
I'd say 2 out of 5 too. I'd say 2 out of 5. The idea was interesting, and the guy with his head in the monster's mouth was cool. Everything else is just garbage. But anyways, guys, in the comment section below, let us know what you thought about the movie Derailed. Did you agree with any of our thoughts and opinions about this movie? And also, if you do understand this, please leave this actual synopsis, this damn movie, in the comment section below, because I still don't understand what's going on.
Right. It's not like we were trying to be vague, because we weren't.
So, but I did like the design of the monster. It was alright. But be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on in this channel. We'll definitely catch you guys later.